Thank you. Hi, my name is Sam Goodwin with Hocoa, your home repair network, San Diego's #1 live and local home repair network. And today I brought a very special guest. All my guests are special, but I brought Carl from LegalShield, and he is here to talk to us a little bit about all the different things that LegalShield does, but really kind of dive into identity theft. But Carl, why don't you just explain to our audience here, how did you get into this business? What do you do with LegalShield?
Well, I got into it about 14 years ago when I became a member of LegalShield. I had other businesses which were tax businesses,
yeah.
And I heard a presentation by a lady about LegalShield, and I said, geez, why wouldn't everybody do this? So I became a member, and I've been a member for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And what LegalShield does, and about 4 years ago, I decided to start marketing it myself.
Okay.
What LegalShield has, it's been around for 40 years, and it has only two products. Mm-hmm. One is legal services, and what they have is a network of really great law firms spread out all over the country in every state and parts of Canada. And those law firms offer their services to individuals, families, and small businesses at a very affordable monthly rate with no long-term contract.
And I can attest that because I'm a member.
Yeah. And then the other product is identity theft protection. And again, they offer it through a company that actually specializes in that.
Right. So they don't actually, but they have a company that has been around for, you were telling me,
40 years.
40 years.
Both of them. Both companies have been around for 40 years.
And what do they do? Like how, I mean, why is it so important for me to protect? I mean, we saw what was it, Equifax?
Equifax. And Equifax is the latest one. There's been breaches.
Yeah. Every day there's a breach.
Several hundred breaches last year. But one of the big ones was Equifax, which is a credit monitoring system. Mm-hmm. And at the last count, 447 million people had their identity stolen. And that means Social Security numbers, driver's license, birthdays, addresses, family addresses, birthdays, etc.
Wow.
And that's 97.4% of the working population. That means your identity has been stolen, mine has been stolen, most of the people out there, it's been stolen. So it's not whether it's stolen, it's when they get to be used.
They're going to steal my money.
Yeah, that's a very small portion of identity theft, but yet that's what people think identity theft is.
They're going to steal my money.
Yeah, that's like 18% of identity theft. Most of identity theft is people wanting to live as you, Sam. They don't.
It's so glamorous. Yeah, no, that's not. I know that's not the case.
In New York, it could be a woman,
right?
Guy that's living as Sam Goodwin.
Wow. Okay.
And the reason is because there's illegal aliens that can't get a Social Security number. There could be people from other countries that are here on a visa. And want to stay. Their visa's gone. Now they want to stay and work here.
So they need a Social Security number. They need a name.
Social Security number to work.
Or even a person that just doesn't want to be found.
Or a person who doesn't want to be found. A child molester who wants to move around the country. Any criminal. I mean, if I was buying porn, I'd rather have your information and buying porn.
Yeah, so we don't want that. So that's the point, right? Like this is a big thing. This is a big problem that's going on. What can people do? I mean, what can you do? What can your company do for me to protect my, if somebody does take my identity?
And it's not easy. I mean, the Federal Trade Commission says that just even a minor effect of somebody using your identity is going to take 200 hours of your time to fix. If it's a major one, 800 hours. Wall Street Journal had an article that if a criminal did something with your identity and they came and they arrested you and even let you go to the next night or the next day or the same day, it takes almost 2 years to clear up your arrest records everywhere in the country, because immediately it goes out to every law enforcement office in the country, and whoever arrests you is not going to do anything about it.
Right.
They're going to just say, okay, we're taking you off our records, but nobody else's, and it's a big problem. And nobody can help protect your identity. It's going to be stolen or it's already stolen.
Right. It's just a question of, the old saying goes in the construction business or the pest control business, it's not a question of when you're going to have it's not a question of if you have termites, it's a question of when you're going to have termites. And it's the same thing with identity theft, right?
So what happens is, The company that actually works with LegalShield just markets their product, and stuff, is a company called Kroll, Kroll. It's an international risk management company located in 65 countries. And they're the ones that the government used to track down Saddam Hussein's money that he stole from Kuwait. That the government used them when Enron went bankrupt and they wondered where all the money went.
Right.
They called in Kroll.
Okay.
Kroll, if something's happening right now, on my phone, if something happened, I saw that somebody's doing something.
Pulled a credit report that you didn't know about,
I
right?
can press a button and I'll get a hold of them 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And what they do is they put a private investigator on the job to restore your identity to where it was before it was stolen. Nobody else does that.
So you don't have to do the
do all the work.
investigation.
Right.
You have somebody.
Right.
Now, okay, so that sounds like it's going to cost a fortune.
Oh, that's right. It does sound like it. And it doesn't cost any more than the other kinds. It costs an individual $9.95 a month. No long-term contracts.
$99 a month?
No, $9.95 a month.
Really?
Yes. And, you know, there are three kinds of people or companies that say they're doing something for you as far as
Right.
identity theft. And I equate it to like your house is on fire. There's a monitoring companies, which are like the banks, et cetera, credit card companies. And what they do is if your house is on fire, they call you and tell you your house is on fire.
The smoke detectors go off, right?
And you better do something about it.
Okay.
Then there's companies that say they do resolution.
Not restoration.
Resolution. And what if your house is on fire? They call you, say your house is on fire, and we're going to send you the
Fire extinguisher?
hoses and
A fire
we'll send you
extinguisher?
directions on what to do, and you're going to do all the work. And then there's Kroll, which is a restoration. And
The company that you represent,
yes,
or that,
they do
okay.
all the work. You do a little bit because you have to file a police report. They can't file that for you.
Right. But I mean, they do the investigative, the footwork. That's awesome. And it's $9.95 a month for an individual.
And no contract. I mean,
And if you want to stop it, but if you have a problem,
Yeah.
you just call these guys.
just call these guys.
Wow, that's all. Now, how can people get in touch with you, Carl? Because that's pretty amazing.
They can call me, my phone number.
Yeah, what's your phone? What's the best contact number for you?
760-685-6997.
And what if they just want to send me an email?
They can email me at Carl, C-A-R-L, at New Line Associates. That's N-E-W-L-I-N-E Associates.com.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on
You're
today,
welcome.
Carl. I
Pleasure.
appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to Carl directly. Leave a comment below, and if you can, there's some subscribe button on there for those YouTubers out there. Thanks for joining us this week. Thank you for coming in, Carl. I appreciate it.
it.
My pleasure, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.